Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 274th episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So considering we only have one 90s pick left following this upload, this is going to be the final classic in this group that I'm discussing that came out of the West Coast. And speaking of groups that came out of the West Coast, the iconic hip-hop outfit comprised of Be Real, Sendog, DJ Muggs, and eventually percussionist Eric Bobo. Though he wasn't yet a member of the crew when they dropped their self-titled 1991 debut here, I talk more about the formation and background of this act in my review for their third studio full-length, Temples of Boom aka Cypress Hill 3, which, as I mentioned in that video, is my personal favorite album of theirs, though I definitely seem to be in the minority with that opinion from what I've seen. Either way, I'll leave a link for that upload down below in the description, because I also delve into my feelings on their most successful and highest selling release, which was 1993's Black Sunday, which featured their monster hit single Insane in the Brain, and is definitely a top tier project amongst their discography for many fans. But for me, their first album here definitely takes the spot of second favorite without any contest. These guys had a pretty enviable run of albums with their first 3 LPs, and while some would say they dropped the ball a bit with Cypress Hill 4 in 1998, it still did at least an adequate job of continuing the series and keeping true to the brand. The thing with their self-titled debut here is I would argue it's probably their single most influential and revolutionary release, because virtually nobody was experimenting with the kind of sounds and ideas DJ Muggs was at this time, outside of very select contemporaries like House of Pain, who hardly even really count considering Muggs did a good handful of the production on their debut House of Pain Fine Malt Liquors album. That dropped the same year as today's album of discussion, 1991. It's really impressive how well this thing is aged, because the vast majority of projects that came out in 91, as enjoyable as they are, don't sound nearly as fresh and at times can come off as slightly dated. Though of course there's exceptions like A Tribe Called Quest's Low End Theory or De La Soul's De La Soul Is Dead. Cypress Hill's debut radiates this dark, grimy, and sinister energy, which is the result of a number of factors, including the minimal yet punchy and hard-hitting drums that DJ Muggs programmed to perfection, along with Sendog and Be Real's enigmatic, character-filled vocal inflections and flows, and even the ominous cover art, which features a picture of the 3 legends huddled around a barrel fire in this very Skid Row-esque environment. It's also important to acknowledge how these guys helped break down barriers when it came to the presence of Latino Americans in hip-hop, as did groups like Funk Dubious, who, along with House of Pain, actually featured as the supporting acts for the Soul Assassins tour, which, as you would expect, was headlined by Cypress Hill themselves. While my favorite instrumental on here is definitely Hand on the Pump, my favorite verse comes on the track before it, which is the album's iconic lead single, How I Could Just Kill a Man, where Be Real kicks it off with, "Hey, don't miss out on what you're passing, you're missing the hootab, the funky Buddha, a Luda or the fucked up styles to get wicked, so come on," as Cypress starts to kick it. Cause we're like the outlaw striding while suckers are hiding, jump behind the bush when they see me driving. Hanging out the window with my magnum, taking out some putos, acting kinda loco, I'm just another local kid from the street getting paid for my vocals. I want to share a bit more of his next verse, but it's worth mentioning that not only is Sendog doing backing vocals that enhance practically every line Be Real spits, but it also switches to him at certain points, and occasionally he pulls out some pretty impressive and speedy flows. This next set of bars gets started off with exactly that, as Sendog raps, "I'm ignoring all the dumb shit, yo, because nothing is coming from it. I'm not gonna waste no time fucking around, my gat straight hummin', coming at ya, and you know I had to gatcha." Then Be Real takes the mic to continue from there, with Time for some action, just a fraction of friction. I got the clearance to run the interference into your satellite, shining a battle light, swing out the gat, and I know that'll gat you right. Here's an example, just a little sample, how I could just kill a man. One time tried to come in my home, take my chrome, I said yo it's on. Take cover son, or your ass out. How you like my chrome? Then I watched the rookie pass out, didn't have to blast out. But I did anyway, that young punk had to pay, so I just killed a man. I really can't find enough good things to say about this record, and the fact every beat has such a skeletal quality, yet they're also addictive and memorable, is frankly a testament to why DJ Muggs is one of the most prolific and important people to ever get their hands on a beat machine. When it comes to my honorable mentions on this one, I want to recommend songs like Pigs, Light Another, Stoned is the Way of the Walk, Latin Lingo, the funky Cypress Hill shit, and Time to Get Busy. Then for my overall favorites, I definitely would have had How I Could Just Kill a Man, but considering I focused on that track so much throughout the review, I figured I would leave it out so I could make room for a different one, ultimately making my top 3 Hand on the Pump, Hole in the Head, and Psycho Betta Buck Down. Thank you for watching my 274th video. Next time, we're finishing out this set with one final essential East Coast classic. So check in for that upload, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite tracks are off this pillar of 90s West Coast hip-hop. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.